All right, you guys, excuse the noise in the back, but I want to go over what the rest of this unit will look like until the end of the semester, which is honestly only about 5 weeks away. So, just so you know, we're figuring out together. I'm learning different digital tools and strategies to make this cool and helpful. But I think you guys can really be resilient and steadfast about your learning. So, hang in there with me as we figure this out together. But so far, since we've been on distance learning, you've actually done quite a lot as far as info. So far, you guys have watched this documentary by PBS called Second Chance Kids. And actually, that was like when we first left for distance learning. A lot of the classes already watched this. If you need to rewatch it, you can click that link there. We also listened to episode 1 of Caught. Again, if you need to listen to it again, you could click the link that says click here, and that's the summary. You guys also read this article about startling finds on teenage brains. You could click on that link in yellow to reread the article, and then you guys also looked up 10 vocab specific words. Then you guys watched this TED Talk on the school to prison pipeline, and then you guys participated in a discussion board topic where I asked like, what is it exactly? Was it surprising? What are some ways we can fix it? And then you guys watched this documentary. You guys, a lot of you asked for more like podcasts, videos, documentaries instead of articles. So at that point, I assigned you guys this one. And this shares more about kind of how the system is flawed and what we could do. But that was one of the documentaries. You could actually click on the title there where it says watched this PBS documentary on due process. You can click that to rewatch it. And we had this discussion board post where you answered those 3 questions. You guys also listened to this episode on Caught. This was episode 8. This is actually one of my favorite episodes just because it really humanizes like a girl who's going through the system, and you learn more like about how she even got there in the first place. So in yellow, it says click here to listen to the podcast again, and it'll take you to the website where you can listen to it. And then you had these questions. These were really interesting answers that you guys put in the discussion board. And you guys will realize a lot of the work you've already done on Canvas is going to help you with ultimately what we need to do by the end of the semester. And then you guys created an example or a hypothetical situation of an actual, or not an actual, but like I asked you to make up like a fake high school student, and how he or she might end up in prison because of the pipeline that essentially happens from school to when someone ends up in jail and they're under 18. So you guys did that based on this infographic. Then you watched this short video on what restorative justice is, and then you took like a 7-question practice quiz on Canvas. And the quiz is really just there to make sure you really understood what the video was talking about. Okay. So after all that, it was a lot, but honestly, I needed you guys to get all of that background on the system, and there are different points to it. So, and after all that, we're going to narrow our focus into these 4 questions. So number 1, how was the bias and stereotype, or sorry, I need to change that. How did the bias and stereotype of race impact the juvenile justice system? Or it should say like, how has the impact, but I'll change that. And then number 2, how can restorative justice be a useful component to helping juveniles in the system? Number 3, what are some possible solutions or programs that might make the juvenile justice system better? And what are the negative impacts of the school to prison pipeline? And what are some possible solutions to eliminating the pipeline? So you guys see, I need to change some wording in 1 and 3, but it'll be changed for the part that you actually need to do. So your job is to pick one of the 4 questions. 1. You don't need to go through all 4. Those are just the ones I'm giving you. You're going to pick one. Now, if you want to make up your own question to research, you can do that. But the only step I need you to do, the only part of this lesson is to think about everything that we've learned, all the background, what stands out to you the most, and then pick the one question that you think you would be most interested in doing more research on. And the research is going to be like using this specific website, and I'll guide you guys through that part. But I just need you for now to pick one. And if you don't like any of them, you can make your own, and I'm going to give you that option on the Google form. But pick one and make your own, or make your own. And that's pretty much your only assignment for today, is to pick one, explain why you choose it or slash chose it, and then that'll be it. Okay? Let me know if you guys have questions. Hope you're all good and healthy, staying weird, but staying safe. All right? Peace out. And ignore that slide.